Alright, welcome back to another episode of Conqueror Commander. This is a game featuring my Jor Kadeen the Prevailer deck. And looking at our opponents in this game, actually before I get onto that, go ahead and check out puremtgo.com. Look up Conqueror and Commander to go ahead and check out the full deck list. This will be my most recent article. Looking at Experiment Kraj, who's a Simic sort of combo type deck. A lot of +1/+1 counters. Probably got a lot of good stuff in the newest set, Gate Crash. God, he's kind of an ugly looking dude. I don't think you ever really realized it. Karador is going to use a lot of Enters the Battlefield guys and a lot of graveyard stuff, Buried Alive, Entomb, that sort of thing. If you listen to the deck tech, you'll realize that my deck doesn't really have any graveyard hate, so Karador is going to be number 1 on my hit list probably. And Adun, probably number 2 because he can't quite abuse the graveyard as much. But similar stuff except Jund instead of the, I don't know, Teneb Wedge, whatever the hell that is. My hand looks okay. I've got Mox Opal, but no real Metalcraft enablers. But, I've still got Figure of Destiny and Anger and Stonehewer. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. If I recall correctly, yes, I have the first play, and I put the figure out there. I draw Sword of Feast and Famine, which is going to be good in this game because everybody's playing green. They also changed the look of the fetch lands in this newest update, which is a little goofy. I don't know. It's going to take me a minute to get used to it. I went after Karador first after pumping the figure. Frontier Guide is a cool little mana accelerator that's repeatable, and it basically, for 1 green mana more than Journeyer's Kite, it puts the basic lands directly into play instead of into your hand. So, he's going to accelerate a little bit once he gets enough mana, assuming people leave him alone, and I will tell you, because I played this game, that they do. I draw some more colored mana so I can pump the figure up to 4/4. And I went after Adun. The Kraj player, the Karador player did Eladamri's Call for Harmonic Sliver just to blow up the Druidic Satchel. I guess he's really worried about the Kraj player going a little nuts with Mana Excel. I'm not sure if it really necessitated tutoring up for a Harmonic Sliver just to get rid of the Satchel. But you could tell the Karador player is a little more cutthroat than, I think, the remainder of us at the table. So Karador is basically on my radar right now, and oh yeah, see, he uses Bone Shredder to blow up my figure. Kraj is just ramping with Frontier Guide, and I'm going to take a damage from the Harmonic Sliver. Adun doesn't even have anybody in his graveyard yet, so I'm not really sure why he played him, but probably just have a blocker. I don't know. This is when we start figuring out what's going to happen. We've got a Wither creature and Crumbling Ashes, so it's going to be a Wither deck. I haven't really seen one of those in a really long time, but I'm not too worried about it at this point right now. My main focus is now just blowing up Karador. I bust out Stonehewer Giant. Hopefully I'm going to be able to get some nice equipment out there. Now I guess it's kind of a mistake not to play the Mox Opal because I do have Metalcraft if I play it. But I just didn't need the extra mana at that time, so I figured might as well hold it back, see what happens. Kraj is still, getting more mana out there. Karador lets the guy go, and then uses Scavenging Ooze and Mortify. Mortify to get rid of my giant. So, that's understandable. Whatever. Another Wither creature, a Scarecrow. Wait, what the hell is this? Blazethorn Scarecrow. Jeez, this is stuff that I haven't seen in forever. Oh my gosh. But you know what? Whatever. So I bust Jor Kadeen out there so I can hit harder. I'm still going after Karador because he's going to start exiling all my critters and stuff. And I would like to have them around, but I know I'm not going to be able to keep them around. I make a mistake here. What I should have done at the end of my turn was to move the sword over to Jor Kadeen just to protect him. I don't think it really matters in this at this point, but Kraj plays Hunting Moa. That's a little bit of the +1/+1 counter theme. I don't play Junk Driver because I don't have any artifacts in my graveyard yet. Karador goes for Buried Alive, and if I recall correctly, I don't, actually. Jeez, I don't even remember what he buried alive for. But he does exile my guys. So whatever it is, he's just going to have to be a new #1 target. This guy plays Everlasting Torment. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. All damage is dealt as though its source had Wither. You know, you'd figure that this would be a pretty powerful card, but it didn't really make a difference in this game, if I recall correctly. I end up drawing in to Reforce the Soul. The cards in my hand I'm not too worried about losing, so I go ahead and do the wheel effect. Looking back, this might not be the best idea because it refills Karador's hand. But you know what? I just needed some more action cards. And I get action cards. I get a Simulacrum, a Precursor Golem, Imperial Recruiter, and a Wheel. So I can... My focus now is just to dump my hand so I can wheel again, and hopefully I can do it quicker than everybody else. The Kraj player is obviously out-racing everybody with the mana, but we'll see what happens here. I play the Simulacrum to get more mana. I go after the Karador player again. That's 15 damage right there, but I think he blocks Anger. Oh, he doesn't block Anger. So he goes down to 11. And then I Imperial Recruiter for Stoneforge Mystic. Now, thinking about it, instead of going all offensive like this, I probably could have gone defensive and gotten my my Hedge Mage to blow up one of these enchantments, but I didn't think it was necessary at this point. And then I play my Stoneforge to tutor up another sword, Fire and Ice, because I want draw. Kraj lets his Hunting Moa go, puts another counter on the Frontier Guide. Kraj is doing real well in the mana department right now. There's Kraj coming out to play. And one of the new Simic Guildmate, Cultivate. This guy messes around with +1/+1 counters. It's not a big deal because there aren't a ton of counters out there right now. And there's Day of Judgment. I'm not too worried about this right now because I can automatically get return any of my Solemn Simulacrum if I want to my hand with the Sanctum Gargoyle. Plus, it puts Anger in my graveyard, which gives my dudes haste now. So I'm happy about that, actually. But then he follows up by Bojuka bogging me, which makes me sad. So no more Anger in my graveyard. No more haste. It just means that, you know, I'm just going to go after Karador at this point. He's down to 11 right now. I shouldn't be too long. Adun plays 2 more Wither guys, Twin Blade Slasher and Lockjaw Snapper. It's craziness. This is just stuff that I never see. So I'm going to go all out and just dump my hand because, again, I've got the Wheel of Fortune. Put the Precursor Golem out there and the Visionary to blow up any of these enchantments. Kraj searches up Oran Reef the Vastwood and Pentavis. There's +1/+1 counters. Oh, and Thrumming-Bird. Look at that. Thrumming-Bird's fun. A lot of proliferation. Karador plays Elish Norn, which kills all the little weenies. Elish Norn, gosh, I hate that, is a big bad girl. So, I don't have protection from white at this point, but I'm not too worried about it yet. Adun plays Skin Render and puts all the counters on Elish Norn. And then Tortured Existence. Tortured Existence, you know, that's assuming that he's going to have a bunch of stuff in his graveyard. And I don't think the Adun player has anything really all that interesting in his graveyard, but, you know, whatever. I get Jor Kadeen out there. I put a sword on one of my golems. Basically, he's at 11. I could hit him. I mean, what he should do right now is block the Sword of Fire and Ice golem, and then he'd be at 1. But he doesn't do that. I think he just sees the writing on the wall, and he takes it all, and he dies. I draw Boros Charm, which is fun. I finally get smart, and I move my swords over under Jor Kadeen to protect him. The Kraj player plays Biomantic Mastery. This is one of those fun, goofy cards that you completely forget about, but for 7 mana, you can draw a decent amount of cards. He only really draws 8 cards for this, but still, I mean, 8 cards for 7 mana, not bad. Junk Troller. Not really sure what the point of the Junk Troller is in this deck, other than maybe just basic graveyard hate. Alright, Blowfly Infestation. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be like -1/-1 counter goofiness going all over the place, and I'll be honest, I'm not going to be able to keep up with it. I wasn't able to keep up with it when we were playing. Just crap's going to start dying. we'll just leave it at that. Oh yeah, he plays Grim Affliction on my golem, and then everybody gets Grim Afflicted. All the golems, including Junk Troller. Poor Junk Troller gets caught in the crosshairs. And just madness. I don't know what the hell's going on here. But everybody pretty much, a bunch of guys die except for my original precursor. So now I'm going to go after Adun again because he's doing -1/-1 counter BS. Just all these guys are dying. I don't know. Pentavis is still alive somehow. But yeah, I Sanctum Gargoyle for my precursor golem to get my golem back out to play. I have a duplicate, but I don't really see anything that really needs to like be exiled at this point. Maybe Pentavis later on. I'm holding back on my wheel because I want to be able to use Boros Charm because I know at some point somebody's going to want to blow up my world here. But we'll see. Oh yeah, he kills off his Junk Troller by using Skull Clamp. Oh, there it is. Beast Within. He tries to Beast Within one of my swords. And I use Boros Charm to make all my stuff indestructible. The good thing is, I still get a beast. Good times. There's a Simic Manipulator. And then we're moving stuff around now. Plaxcaster Frogling. I love that guy in these +1/+1 counter decks. The Infestation is just blowing crap up now. I don't know what the hell's going on. But I've still got a pretty decent army in here. Precursor Golem is my favorite party in a can. Oh yeah, he gives this guy Shroud. The Frogling, man. But he taps out. Experiment Kraj does. There's Stigma Lasher. Doesn't really matter at this point. He's going to hit me, and I already hit him once with a 12/8 Jor Kadeen, so he's going to die to commander damage here. There it is, duplicate. I get rid of Pentavis. So I do Jor Kadeen against the Adun player, and then I send everybody after the Kraj player. That kills the Adun player. And Kraj goes down to 8. And I've got an Archangel. Now, okay, if I wanted to be hardcore, I just would have left it like this. Left the Archangel out there, waited a turn to see what he did. See if he could handle my board state. And then, if I really needed to, I could have wheeled the next turn. But I just wanted to play some stuff, so I go ahead and wheel now. And I get Swiftfoot Boots and Ranger of Eos and another sword. So, this seems like it could have been a good play. Put the Ascendant out there. I try to protect the Archangel with Boots. Yeah. But then he busts out Contagion Engine, which is going to take a chunk out of each of my dudes, but I'm still going to have 2 big flyers out there. And I'm still going to have Jor Kadeen with 2 swords on him. Because he's going to put counters on all my guys, and then he's going to double proliferate. And it should be enough to kill all my tokens. And but he concedes. Because he can't do anything else. I've still got a 9-5 Jor Kadeen. So that was a fun little game. Hope you liked it. I played fast and loose because Jor Kadeen's kind of an aggressive guy, and I just figure I might as well put the pressure on. Alright, thanks.